This is the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney with a quick check on what's going on. So here's my man to get into it.
What's up? Thanks for listening on this hump day. Hey, I just saw yesterday's birthday boy. Chris Brown just had his fourth child. Well, first baby with model Jada Wallace last Sunday, the 26th. Saw that because Cameron Diaz just had her third baby with her good Charlotte husband, Benji Madden. To go with their 6 and 2-year-olds just announced that on Monday. Healthy baby boy. And where have I been? I didn't know Shrek 5 is scheduled to come out next year. They still have plenty of big movies to get through this summer. A couple of my coworkers say they saw Devil Wears Prada 2. And they said they liked it. I'll catch it on Netflix or wherever it ends up. And, oh man, I've been meaning to talk about Uncle Luke running for Congress, Luther Campbell. For those who didn't know, 2 Live Crew. He's running for a House seat in Florida, for those who didn't know. I'll do something on that closer to the primary. Oh, man, that would be so funny if he wins. And speaking of funny, Bad Bunny at the Met, hey, that rhyme, Met Gala Monday evening. Yeah, he was dressed up like an old man, wearing makeup, a gray-haired afro wig. Probably walked up on some people who know him on that red carpet, and they probably didn't recognize him. Yeah, a lot of great outfits, as always. Met Gala, Beyonce, Jay-Z, their daughter Blue Ivy. They were all looking good, dressed up like a family out of the Matrix. And just notice, Blue Ivy is tall, already taller than her mama.
My favorite stories of the day.
So, how can a Delta Airlines flight take off with 153 passengers and land with 154? A stowaway came out on a Delta flight from Atlanta to Portland, Oregon, Friday before last. I mean, no hijacking or attempt to get a free air right now. A baby was born on that flight in the skies. Fox 12 Oregon is reporting a mother and infant said to be fine, taken to a hospital after the flight landed, listed in stable condition at the time, at least. Another passenger who said they were a few rows in front of the commotion told Fox 12 they hardly heard a thing from the mother during delivery. No screams, prayers, or curse words. But when the crew asked for a blanket, that passenger said she gave up hers for the baby. Hey, sometimes people have problems. What else can you say? And that is the only excuse you can think of for this 50-year-old woman in Altamonte, Florida, accused of spreading her own number 2 waste, leaving that stuff smeared all over people's vehicles, mailboxes, and on people's yards, apparently even her own, because people complain about this shitty situation. News 6 Orlando is reporting Altamonte Springs police assigned investigators to do just that, and police say a detective actually saw the woman stoop down and leave a little pile on her own yard, and that was the point cops say the 50-year-old woman was arrested, charged with criminal mischief. But neighbors told News 6 Orlando they had been finding poop stains, smears, piles for about a week before she was arrested. And how's that for any realtor trying to move a property in that neighborhood? That smell is usually garden fertilizer, so not a really preferred aroma around a mailbox or somebody's vehicle. Okay, grown folk talk here. Let's be real for a second. Remember how dumb we were when we were 18? I mean, come on. We just did stuff. I mean, some stuff not so bad, but some stuff was, and we just let the chips fall where they may, and once in our late 20s, 30s, or 40s, we realized just how stupid we were. I mean, I don't know what Simba was talking about, but that's the circle of life. Well, 2 18-year-olds in Florida are accused of acting like 2 18-year-olds in Florida. Where else? But police in Ocala tell ABC 20 that one of these dudes recorded while the other jumped on a big riding lawnmower and rode it through a Target store. ABC 20 did not say if this duo brought the lawnmower, and, journalists or anyone else for that matter should never assume. I mean, maybe Target left one gassed up with a key or ignition switch easy to get to, but ABC 20 is also reporting cops think these two walked into a restaurant the day before with a leaf blower and turned it on. So, yeah, one 18-year-old accused of pranks while the other recorded pranks. Except if dust and God knows what else is getting blown onto your food you're paying money for in that restaurant, yeah, that ain't a prank. That's some 18-year-old stuff. Accused of video recording their own crime. I mean, it's almost an epidemic now. Young folks busting themselves with the recorder on. And wait for it. We'll be back in a moment with more of the same example coming up.
Blazing the best hip-hop, R&B, reggae, soca.
You can get the Jams Podcast Mix on Amazon Music, Audible, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, and Deezer. Download the podcast for free.
It's Jams Hour Mix with Greg H.
Enjoy this moment of serenity.
Get you, Bigfoot, out that water.
Thank you for taking part in this moment of calmness. Brought to you by ASMR. Allure.
And now for the world around us.
Hey, my internet search algorithm cannot pigeonhole me. And if it has artificial intelligence, that search engine will be confused trying to figure me out. I mean, having to verify stories. And all the info in these stories means I'm asking all kinds of questions about all kinds of topics. Like, does Buddhism allow monks to smoke marijuana? Most do not allow their monks to toke up, so that does not explain why CBS News had to run the story the Monday before this last one on the 22 Buddhist monks arrested the day before on that Sunday because Sri Lankan customs officials say they flew back from a 4-day vacation in Thailand with 242 pounds of weed. More specifically, Kush is the strain that a Sri Lankan official actually told CBS these monks had hidden in their luggage. I don't know if they tried it or what, but they said all 22 each had about 5 kilos hidden behind false walls in their bags. So if they're not smoking 242 pounds of weed, then what are they, bud-selling Buddhists? Cannot do that. At least that was the answer I got when searching for that to see if monks can go Nino Brown mode in the weed game and sell. So these 22 monks, they have some explaining to do at their monasteries and court. CBS News is saying these monks were mainly young students on a holiday sponsored by a businessman. So who is this businessman, and are they taking a rap for him? Is a question these search engines cannot answer, but these monks can. Singer and actor Ariana Grande, she's about to be 33 in June, has a new album, Pedal, coming out in July, and is about to head out on a concert tour. I just found out about all that while looking up Miss Grande Butera because I wanted to see for sure. I kind of forgot, but I thought it was about a decade ago. And yeah, 11 years ago, remember when she and some dude were in a donut shop and security cameras caught her and that guy licking donuts left on the counter? Big pearl clutching scandal at the time. TMZ made sure we all saw it. She had to put out a public apology, and that was 11 years ago, so she was about 21 or 22 at the time. We just talked about it in the last segment. Prime age, 18 to early 20s. Oh, that's when you get caught doing these silly, dumb things. And this popped into my head because of this 18-year-old from France who was in Singapore where he was charged last Monday, the 27th, with mischief and public nuisance, not for licking donuts. Now, Le Mans news site is reporting he was licking a straw and then put that straw back in an orange juice vending machine. Now, the paper reported the machine's operator had to replace all 500 straws in that dispenser, and they knew they had to do it because millions of people saw him do it. Well, at least in Ariana's case, security video caught her, but Le Mans got a hold of court documents that said this 18-year-old French genius video recorded himself doing something illegal, then posted that video of himself doing the illegal thing on Instagram. Did we not just go over this in the last segment? See, that's how he's accused of being caught, by his damn self. And in Singapore, this isn't a laughing matter. His mischief offense could get him up to 2 years in prison and a fine, while that public nuisance charge could get him 3 months tacked on, along with the fine. Yeah, he is no Ariana. She might have gotten a fine in that L.A. suburb for licking those donuts, but now this French 18-year-old, no matter what he does in life, if you think about it, if he did this, allegations, will always still be the guy in his own family and friends will refer to as, the one I know who made himself go viral by licking a vending machine straw. Also, in Le Mans newspaper or news site nowadays, 4 people got all wet because one of them was training to be a bus driver. And it sounds like she did not do very well. Looked like it too, since Sky News had pictures of 2 mobile cranes lifting that bus out of the River Seine. And that bus was completely underwater. Le Mans quoted local transport officials who said the driver and instructor tested negative for drugs and alcohol, which Makes sense to test them both because one would think a sober instructor would stop that madness before they got all wet, but nope. She was said to be in the final stages of testing, too, to be a certified bus driver, when somehow transport officials say she veered right into a small blue car that was parked until she hit it, and the bus ended up dragging that car right into the river with them all. Several rescue boats, a drone, helicopter, 16 fire engines, 34 firefighters, and 60 cops had to respond just to see how a trainee's failure ends. Back in the...
Nostrils to HR.
A Sweet Scent is Leg and Hammer Toe's all-new laundry detergent.
Investigate your HR complaint, but first I'll have to see, what they're complaining about.
I'm out of here. Take that sniffing complaint and shove it up your...
A Sweet Scent. Leg and Hammer Toe's newest best-smelling laundry detergent ever.
Just keep your nose away from mine.
Available in stores nowhere.
A relationship can sometimes require patience. But when patience is just not enough, try
Sibinac.
This chewable gummy with the ingredient tetrahydrocannabinol will relax your nerves.
Sibinac.
Turn those sounds out of her mouth into a soothing stream of gentle assurance.
What's up with what's going down, though?
Yeah, what's up with Asia giving us their weird critters? I mean, I just ran a story about a month or so ago here on Real Pod about these parachuting Joro spiders that actually do sort of parachute by shooting out a long strand of silk that can get caught up in the wind, and there they go, little flying Joro spiders. But CBS News talked with an entomology assistant professor, in this case, said only the itsy-bitsy Joro spiders do the flying, yet not the big ones popping up now along the East Coast. And for the record, they do get big, those Joro spiders, about 4 inches. Yellow and black, look for them. But still, experts think they hitched a ride on a container ship and ended up here in the U.S., where we now have jumping worms. Jumping worms. In much of the country at this point, they're actually called crazy worms, too. I mean, not the scientific name, but scientists say that's what they call them. Wildlife scientists say they're also invasive, just like the Joro spider, and they don't actually jump in the air. For the record, they're jumpy. As in scientists say, they start thrashing around when disturbed. Several universities are doing research on them now. Well, they had been, hopefully still with budget cuts. Penn State Extension, which studies wildlife, posted an advisory article explaining what they are and said they are a problem. Not like other earthworms that help the soil. No, not these jumpy little boogers. They damage the soil and plant life. So gardeners, hey, watch out for these jumping earthworms. They grow up to about 6 inches, and a telltale sign when you see them, one, they have this white band around their jumpy little bodies. So, hey, if you see them, pull them out and feed them to the birds. Jumping earthworms, parachuting spiders. Forget missiles and bombs. We're under attack from the ground level.
Please do subscribe to the audio version of The Goodness Factor with Shelley Wade podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to the video version of the podcast on the YouTube channel, The Goodness Factor with Shelley Wade.
We don't give a damn. We do whatever we please, yeah. If I go downtown, nowhere bound, it's all about being free, 'cause I'm going uptown. Tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999. Let's go crazy, hey, hey, in my little red Corvette. Lady cab driver, I wanna be your lover.
And that'll do it for another Real Pod newscast. Hey, really appreciate you listening, and I'm listening too. I'm serious when I ask for feedback. Please message me on social media or email me on the address at the bottom of the show's website, realpodnewscast.com. Yeah, Marty will say it again here in a sec. Song credits for Wednesday's newscast and the daily B-Days. Yeah, that'll be posted on the show's Facebook page sometime Saturday. Have a great rest of the week. Well, back tomorrow.
This has been the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney from Show Enough Productions. And for more, hit up the website, realpodnewscast.com. That's real with 2 E's. This is Big Daddy Marty Allen. Thanks for listening.
Show enough.